Hi, Andrew Lockwood, collegeplanningGuru.com. Today's question is, how does it all work? Meaning, how does financial aid work? How does the federal funding and the institutional funding system work? So there's a few different components to it. There's need-based aid, and there's merit-based funding. And there's some subcategories within each of those broader umbrella terms. So let's talk about need-based category, the need-based aid first. Number one, you get this money from filling out the financial aid forms that the college requires. Every college requires a form called the FAFSA, Free Application for Federal Student Aid. All 4,000 colleges that participate in the federal financial aid system require that form. It is due whenever the school tells you it is due. Each school publishes a deadline on its site. Another form that's very popular is called the CSS Profile, College Scholarship Search Profile. This form is required by roughly 260 colleges, and it's mostly from colleges that have their own institutional money. The FAFSA and the CSS Profile ask you a bunch of questions, 100 questions in the case of the FAFSA, 200 questions in the case of the Profile, that are mostly about you financially, your income, your assets, but some other things, including where you save money, how many kids will you have in college at the same time, how old are you, so on and so forth. So those forms are used to calculate the need-based amount of money that you might earn either from the financial aid office via the federal government or from the school's own endowment. There's another group or another way of getting money, and that's through the merit system. And merit is sort of an umbrella term that includes academic scholarships, it includes athletic, musical, pretty much any type of money that is not need-based is considered merit-based. It's a catch-all umbrella term. Most of the time when you apply to college for admission, you are automatically considered for merit scholarships. However, sometimes, and this is rarely, but you should still check with every college that's on your list, sometimes they require an additional application. Now, if you are going to be eligible for a merit-based scholarship from a college and need-based money from a college, for the most part, the two don't take away from each other. In other words, if you were to get $20,000 worth of need-based money and then $10,000 as a merit scholarship, you should get $30,000. This trend, I think, has been slightly going against us over the last couple of years, and I do now see that colleges are starting to combine those two types of funding. But for the most part, they are separate and apart. I want to talk to you about another component of the funding system, which is the outside scholarship system. And there's a whole bunch of outside scholarships that are on all kinds of different websites that you can search. You can go to your guidance counselor. You can look locally also. And I'm talking about Chamber of Commerce, JC's, Kiwanis, those types of scholarships. Sometimes they're only $500 or $1,000. However, I don't poo-poo them because, look, even a $500 scholarship that's renewable can turn into, a $2,000 scholarship if you get it each of the 4 years you're in college. So sometimes those types of outside scholarships that require applications, essays, sometimes interviews, unfortunately, sometimes these scholarships will end up taking money away from you if you also received need-based money. So in other words, when a school is deciding whether to give you need-based money, they're really looking at your resources that are available to pay for college. So let's say in that example you've earned or you've demonstrated that you need $20,000. Now what happens is you get some outside scholarships. Maybe you cobble together $6,000 worth of scholarships from 5 different sources. You now have less need in the amount of $6,000. You've come up with additional resources that may take away from at least the loan component of your need-based scholarship and need-based financial aid. So be very careful about applying and going through all the rigmarole of getting these outside scholarships, because it could end up being for naught if you're also going to receive need-based money. If you want any more information on how this all works, I suggest you go to my website, you download one of the free reports that we have, go to collegeplanningGuru.com and sign up for the 3 gifts that we are offering on that page. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Andy Lockwood. Bye-bye.